Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kill Mike. Today we're talking about killing myself and getting a better version. Um, Big focus has been health. Um, we've been eating healthy today. We've been working out pretty much every day, so we're on a decent trajectory. Um, we've been using Meal Prep Sunday, and the meals have been delicious. The portions are really small for someone my size. I'm like 230, 235. So I've been snacking on top of it, and the snacks have not been good. Like yesterday was some sort of gluten-free cracker and some of that like garlic, um, like the granulated garlic that they turn into some delicious dipping sauce. But I was looking at it, it's crazy calories. They must mix it with like olive oil or something that's causing like, I think that little container that, is like an inch high is like 1,000 calories or something crazy. So that doesn't really work for me. That's way too many calories. So I'm going to try to start eating meal prep Sunday and then waiting 20 minutes and seeing if I'm still hungry, just as an experiment to see if I am. I have a feeling I will be. Um, and then I'm probably going to add fruit, because I cannot be eating crackers or some sort of processed carb, and it's not working. So today we're going to go play pickleball with the guys. Not a huge caloric burn or very stressful, but at least it's an hour and a half, so it'll get some movement. It'll be fun. I consider pickleball almost like an off day or a rest day. It's not really a workout, but hopefully I burn a few calories, maybe like 400, 300, whatever. It's not a lot. But yeah, off day, and then we'll hit it again tomorrow, and then we'll see what happens Friday. But then Saturday, we got 2 hours of soccer. So the workouts are fine. We've not been doing great on the steps. I think being, playing video games instead and streaming, trying to get some sort of audience with that. It's probably not the total best use of time. Could probably be going on walks instead, or coupling it with walks. So we get the steps up. We're probably averaging like 9,000 a day. I think we could easily get that up to 12, and that'll probably get me an extra 100 to 200 calories, 150 calories of burn a day, which adds up. All right. I also wanted to talk to someone. Reached out to me privately. They're in sales and they want to get to 10K a month. I want to give some advice to you that may be able to generate some extra income. Time is our most valuable asset, and we can only earn money when we're doing something that earns money, especially when we're in a commission-only sales role. So you said that there's some downtime. So I try to optimize downtime by finding ways to make money for the business in downtime. And maybe you can talk to your boss and say, hey, there's a little bit of downtime. In that downtime, can I try to bring in some business for us, bring in some clients? And then you can start reaching out to people for him and see if he'll pay you a small commission if someone gets brought on. So that's a way that you might be able to make an extra few bucks. Obviously, you don't want to be sitting idle. Time is money. That idle time is not making you anything. So that's my 2 cents there. But even if that doesn't work, going to your boss, going to the owner of the business and asking like, what can I do? What would provide you the most value from me? How can I want to get my income up. I want to serve the business more. What can I do? That's always a good question as, an entrepreneur, a business owner for 11 years. Like, we love hearing that. We love folks that are hungry, that want to help. So that does nothing but make you look good. Wanted to do a quick chat about wealth creation. For those of you that don't know, I'm a multimillionaire. And it's not been I've never been a great producer of income over the years. I have been a very smart saver of money, and I'm not some genius. I'm not some guy that beats the market. Um, I have immense discipline. And no matter what age you are, my advice is build out this discipline if you're capable of it and realize its longevity. And do it for yourself. Like if you can save $500 a month, if you can save 1,000, if you can save 10,000, I don't know what number it is, but set it up to automatically come out and just put it in the S&P 500. I'm going to make this so simple. Go to Vanguard, go to Schwab, go to Fidelity. I don't care, any of them. Pick one, start having $500 a month or whatever your monthly threshold is that is comfortable, that you will not need this money. This is not a checking account. This is money you are not going to touch for probably 30 years, depending on your age, or 40 years or 60 years, or for the real wealthy, this is money you are never, ever going to touch, and it's just going to get passed down. The 1%, they're, in the 5% of wealth, these folks don't pay taxes. They pay 8%. And the way they're able to do this, I'm going to teach you this secret, because you can do it as the middle class or upper class or whatever you are, is very simple. When you put money in the S&P 500 and the 500 turns into 550 and then 600 and then 900 and then whatever, and eventually all your money turns into multiple millions, the way you don't pay taxes is you never take the money out. You only show earnings when you sell the index fund, when you sell the S&P 500. So we never sell. The wealthy never sell. And the wealthy, when they die, they have a trust. And once again, it gets passed down and they never pay taxes on it. And most wealth is created through money that already exists in their portfolio. So, you look at Warren Buffett, for example. You would have never heard of Warren Buffett if he retired at 59. He didn't have that much money. 99% of his wealth got created after the age of 60. So all it was he was a disciplined guy that got a decent amount of money by 60. And then by 60, by the compound interest of what he'd already accrued. So he wasn't really creating any new wealth. It just, he's earning on the money he's already created. Now all of a sudden it's exponential. He's making crazy money. So what I want for you is start now, whatever age you are, put some money away, and you're going to earn from the S&P 10, 11%. Then inflation, you lose 3%. But let's just say it's 10, 11%. Let's do 10%. So if you have $1,000 in there, every year you make $100. But I remember my mindset when I first got started. I'm like, I must get to $1 million. I remember when I first started, my dad was making six figures. And when you were making six figures, that was like, wow, you're like a badass. You're making six figures. You must be doing well. This was many years ago. And I was like, if I can create wealth of $1 million and then earn 10% of it, I make $100,000 doing absolutely nothing. And that starts to give me freedom to not have to work and so forth. So I want people to have freedom and sense of mind in finances, so that if something bad happens, you have money. If for some reason you can't work, you have money. Just security. I like security for folks. So my mindset has been get to $1 million, earn that $100,000 a year doing absolutely nothing, and then go from there. I think this is a great mindset. Just keep stocking money away, get to your million so you can have $100,000 a year. And then don't buy things that aren't going to make you happier. Buying the $80,000 car really doesn't make you much happier than buying the $25,000 car. So that's $55,000 that could be earning you money, and frankly doubles when you're doing 10%, it doubles every 7 years. So if you take that extra $55,000 in 7 years, it turns into $110,000. So my mind is always thinking that way. Every time I forgo something, I get to double whatever that money is every 7 years. So that's how my brain works. I'm a wealthy, I guess, somewhat rich guy, and it's because of how I train my brain, the discipline, and it's frankly not that hard. The other piece is lose your password to your Fidelity, Vanguard, whatever account. You never need to look at this thing. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go sideways. It doesn't freaking matter. If you look at it every 10 years, I can promise you, most of the time it's going to be way up. And if you look at it after 20, 30 years, it's going to be freaking unbelievably up. So that's just what's happened since the inception of the market. You're going to be fine. You don't need to look at it. If you try to buy or sell, and that's a mess. Don't do that. You just put it in no matter what the market's up, down, doesn't matter. Your 500 a month goes in, whatever, and it's going to go up eventually. So that's my advice on wealth creation. And yeah, you're going to be wealthy. And on a side note, wealth means nothing if you don't have your health. So that's what I'm working on. And we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe my parents are coming this weekend, so I might miss a few days, but I'll try my best. But I want to be present for my parents here as well. We'll see you soon. Bye.